good to come out on the right side of one of these? You've been on the other side of a lot of close games, overtime games. Sort of vindicated, I guess. Is that the right word?
No, I mean, it's just a great win. It's a good win for us. Great bounce back from the other night. We've lost a lot of close games this year, but this was a good one. Executed, big plays, stuff that don't go your way, make mistakes, make up for it. We ain't gonna talk about it, but just find a way to win. The good teams find ways to win, and tonight we just kept making plays.
Are we seeing the breadth of Scottie's skills? You guys are running a lot of stuff through him at the elbow and the low post. Are we seeing his development in these last 10 days?
Yeah, we can do it. He can do a lot of things, and he can help this team in a lot of ways. And he's been playing at a really high level. And I think the better he plays, obviously, the better it's going to make our team. But he was amazing tonight. We were able to play through him in the fourth and OT. He made some great defensive plays. What did he end up with? We had a couple great cross-court passes to OG, big threes that we needed in overtime. To score 13 in overtime is pretty good. So, he did it all tonight.
I got to ask you about that last play.
Yeah.
Did you think Nick wanted you to foul, or did you get?
No, I was just trying to make sure we got the last shot.
I know. Yeah. Very European of you.
Yeah, I was just trying to make sure we got the last shot. We're just going to leave it at that. But Scottie saved me. He saved me and, came up with a big play and make the free throw. So, yeah, that was a boneheaded play there. But, we came out on top.
Does it? Obviously, you guys have had an up and down season on a lot of fronts. Does a win like this potentially give you an opportunity to galvanize you guys and kind of get things going in the right direction to pull one out like this, chaotic ending and coming back multiple times like you guys did?
Yeah, we take whatever we can get at this point, Tim. I think, it's like you said, it's been one of those, seasons so far. But I just thought today was a great win for us and something that we can build on going forward. We got to be able to put it together, obviously. But, can't do anything about the past. You just got to focus on the future, which is a very good Milwaukee team tomorrow. So, got to get out of here and get some treatment and move on to the next one.
Speaking of that, how confident were you you're going to be able to play when you woke up this morning?
I don't know. Rolling out of bed is always an adventure. This time of year, we've been playing every other day now for a while. So, again, shout out to the medical team, just keeping me ready, my trainer. So, just trying to find ways to be available and muster up the strength to get out there and put the shoes on and find a way to get a win.
What have you seen from the dynamic between Boucher and Precious that you enjoy playing with when you guys are out there?
Yeah, anytime they bring and play with that energy and intensity, their defensive ability just makes it hard on the other team to rebound and blocking shots, and they just bring so much speed and athleticism to the game, and they got a little rhythm together when we play the zone. So the bench has been huge for us, the last couple games, and we're going to need those guys going forward.
It might have been easy to put your head down after they scored on Barrett's jam at the overtime, but talk about the mindset of coming right back out and pretty much controlling the overtime.
Yeah, well, we've been in a lot of those this year. So like Doug said, we came out on the wrong end of those, a few times. So you just got to learn from it. I thought today we kept pushing. We made some big plays, and I thought we just played well as a team. It was a total team effort, and everybody made big plays for us.
All right, Scottie, you spoke to me about this earlier this season, about how, sometimes you're going to be a screener, sometimes you're going to be more of a facilitator. The past stretch of games here, we've seen you be more aggressive. Is that kind of like a new focus that you're coming into games with?
It's just the way that teams are playing me. I would just say that's the reason why. Last two games, I think it's been a guard or a forward guarding me. So the game just comes at a different pace for me. Me playing the forward instead of a center guarding me. I feel like it's just a change in the game, changing the game plan instead of me being that screener when I'm the five-man. So it's like I said, every game's different. You just got to play it in the floor of the game and see how you can attack each game. So I would say that's the.
And then, of course, we saw that, you had a tall task of covering Randall a few times throughout the game, and then you had a really nice pass to an open OG in the corner. What kind of goes into, playing both sides of the floor, just like full out and for 45 minutes in this one?
Say when we was in Toronto, he was hitting a lot of tough contested shots. So just trying to not let him get those shots, not let him get that rhythm so he can get going. Just try to stay in his airspace, try to make things tough, and not let him get those, even though they're tough contested shots, but those are good looks for him. I feel like he practiced those, so just try to take away those looks.
On that
point of passing, there was the no look to OG, and then I think another no look to Fred. How many things have to go right in order for those things to fall? Do you think?
What you mean? In order from
For them to fall, just guys doing the right spot at the right
Oh
time.
yeah, I feel like when I'm attacking downhill, I draw the defense in, so people are constantly moving. So it got at least if somebody's wide open. One time I kicked it out to Pascal, he did one more to OG. So it's just if someone helps and I see it wide open, I'm making that pass. I'm an unselfish teammate. I always want to see my guys win.
How do you guys collect yourselves even after you miss the free throw? Basically, if someone steps in for RJ, the game's over, and he goes the whole way. It's the only way the game could have been tied, really. How do you just kind of move past that and play as well as you guys did in overtime?
It didn't matter. We just got to keep fighting. We was going overtime either way, so he made the dunk. We was going overtime. We was focused on winning the game. I feel like that was just our primary focus of trying to do those little things. When we came out in overtime, try to get stops. Keep running the floor, push the pace, just do what we was doing most of the game.
Did it feel good to have one of those go the right way for you guys after the way this year's gone for you, Scottie? It seems like you guys have been in a lot of those that have gone the other way so far.
For sure. Just got to take this game and go to the next game and bring you the next game. Got another one tomorrow, so just got to come ready to play.
It seemed like you really felt good getting down to the post and finding guys around the perimeter when they came to kind of sucked in on you. Like you said, you were trying to hit guys to get open. Did you feel like you had a pretty good feel for what they were doing and kind of the openings they were giving you with the way they were coming at you?
When I was posting up, RJ is a good defender, but I felt like with me being tall, with my size, I was going to be able to get a good look around the rim every single time. So when I seen the help come from Robinson, it was just a wide open kick out to Pascal. If they tried to pre-rotate, then it was OG. If they helped off Fred, then it was back to Fred. There's just so many different things that could happen. Just a game of basketball, it's a simple game. Just got to make the right play.
Yeah, from the fourth on, in the overtime, we really did execute very well at both ends. I kept telling the guys that we're getting them to take shots that we want them to take. Everything was, kind of one-on-one, 15-foot pull-ups, 8-foot pull-ups. We weren't giving up any threes, and we weren't giving up any dunks or rim shots at the rim. And I just said, they're bound to miss a couple of these coming up. And it was just enough, kind of exactly, what happened. But really good execution, I thought, by us. I thought we passed the ball extremely well tonight. Especially late, made some great decisions late.
Scottie seemed to make a lot of the right decisions, right calls
was
with
tough.
the ball. It was really good for him.
He was tough. He was tough when he drove it and took the shot. He was tough when he drove it and got off it to somebody else. Good in the low post and then good in the high post. We started running some stuff through him there late, and we were just making good decisions. And the best thing is if those cuts and stuff aren't open, then you still got the middle of the floor for him to go make another attempt to create offense, either for himself or somebody else. But I thought we had some great OG, didn't have much going, hit 2 huge threes on great kickouts by those guys. And obviously Freddie had a good game. And I thought Pascal was really solid, man. I thought he made the right decisions. Obviously didn't shoot it from 3 very well, but thought he made really good choices all night long.
It looked like you, like 20 seconds ago after that Gary miss, it looked like you were asking your guys to push up full court. Did Fred misunderstand what happened there, or?
Well, I was saying don't foul, right? But I was just pick them up, don't foul. I certainly did not want to foul there, right. but I don't know if that maybe he thought the score was different. I didn't check with him on it, and he did say he fouled him, so he just read it wrong. I think he must have thought we were behind, right? So, yeah, I was just trying to get them matched up and certainly saying not foul. Even if we were down, we wouldn't have fouled like that soon, right? We always want to just get our defense set and try to make them complete a few passes if we can. Right?
What was going through your mind when Jalen let that ball go in front of you?
I just kind of said, please don't go in. that was I said to myself, and I had a really good view of it. I was like right on the angle that he shot it from, and and just hoping he was going to miss.
I know, obviously, it's been a chaotic season in a lot of ways. How, for the way you guys fought to come back from that late deficit, get to overtime, pull it off at the end, is this the kind of win you hope can galvanize things a little bit?
I hope so. Again, there's been some really rough stretches for us, and there's been a lot of games where we haven't played that well. But in saying that, there's a lot of them we have played really well against really good teams and on the road, at home, wherever, that we haven't come out on the right side of, break here or there, and we would have picked a lot of those off. So I think, like, for me, we got to certainly have less nights where we're just, like, doesn't seem like we're moving, running very well, or playing with pace or guarding, like less of that and more like this. And I think that we're going to be in, with a chance to beat anybody, right? Like we were a month ago, right? Like we were playing really good basketball against some really good teams and some really tough situations, and we know we're capable of doing that. So yeah, I hope we can just come out and play with that kind of, I think, execution at both ends. We're really solid and organized and together and all that kind of stuff.
Is there anything more that you're looking to see from the bench at this point, or are you happy with their consistency?
Well, as you saw tonight, I switched things up completely away from the way we've been doing it, right? I did kind of always think that was probably a short-term measure to get those guys going. And I thought the way Precious and Chris played in the last game. And if you guys remember, that was kind of our deal last year. Those two guys would be our first two subs off the bench, and we decided to go back to that tonight. And again, I think they both played very well, right? And I thought Juancho gave some great spot minutes. Malachi didn't get much of a chance, but it was they went a little smaller, and at that point it was probably a better just speed matchup for us to go with Malachi. So I thought, all four of those guys contributed, even though Juancho and Malachi was just a little bit. But I thought both Precious and Chris played very well. And I just told Precious, I said, great drive. Just gets stuck in the game and the ball finds him in the corner, right? And he's got to go, and he makes a great tough drive. And I'm glad he took the shot. That was the shot that was there. He didn't make it, but that was the shot that was there. And that's not easy to do when you've been sitting for a long time. So I think he's coming along.
It's kind of the breadth of Scottie's skills we've seen in the last 2 or 3 games.
Well, I think that there is certainly some aggressiveness from him, right, when he's got the ball, and I think there's also certainly some playing through him, as a high post, low post passer that he really likes, right? He's good at it and he really likes it, so probably like to grow that some.